Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hello, this is Frank Perine. Welcome to MF3 Showcase, where I draw and we just have fun and different things like that. So I know this is kind of crazy. I'm doing two in one night, but I'm just excited. Just having a good time, right? I'm here with my fellow friend Yoshi. He's in the back, and of course, he's sleeping. Now, a little bit of side note on my friend over here back there. So he is a pug. He is now 16 years old. So he's just really old. I remember when I was a puppy and I used to chase my own shadow. But that's what he does most of the time now. He still gets up and kicks back, but that's the way it is. So today, what we're going to do is I have two children's books published. You could find them on Amazon. It is called Mama Spider. This is Where Are Mama Spider's Babies? That is the first volume. And the second volume is Mama Spider at the Beach. Now this is a sample. That's why it has that thing across it. But it's a story about a mama spider and all of her babies, and it is published. You could find it on Amazon under Frank Perine, right? And it's a cute story. This one was edited by Kim Carrillo, and there's a lot of people that want me to come up with a third one. So I'm going to be maybe doing that too. I know I'm a man of all sorts of things, man. Podcasts, drawing, paintings, and carrying on a full-time job. But like MF3 always says, the hustle is now. Failures are free. You got to hustle. So today we're going to be doing that, and we're going to be having a good time. Just hang in there. I'll talk about the Mama Spider book and why and how I came about it. And let's get ready. Let's rock and roll. Okay. So, my Mama Spider book, originally I was thinking, and I'll be totally honest with you. Now, I'm not going to use the circle tools and all that stuff because that's not how I do it. I want the little bit of odd shapes, and I want things like that. So, how Mama Spider came about was that I wanted to give something to my kids, right? I mean, if you think about it, what can anyone say and tell you about your great-great-grandfather? Unless, like, they were a war hero or they invented the light bulb or something like that, there's not much you know. So the memories that you build with your family are now. So I thought, I would love to do something that's more of a legacy, more that they could hand down to their kids and say, yeah, your great-grandfather did this. So that was my main goal. And originally I was going to come up with 10 books. I came up with two, and like I said, they're published on Amazon. So if you go on Amazon, you put Mama Spider or Frank W. Perine, they should come up. And they're cheap. They're like $10. But there are a lot of nurses and a lot of people that have bought them always come back to me and like, hey, my kids love it. You need to come up with your next one. And so I definitely hear you guys. I definitely am thinking about it because I want to make sure that, that I keep it up. Huh, Yoshi? All right, that's his response is yes. Okay, so with Mama Spider, that's how I originally came up with the idea. Was that. Now I thought I wanted to come up with a character that I liked, that was cool, but not, like scary or anything like that. I didn't, because with the children's books, I wanted it to be fun. I wanted them to like it and have a good time. Because a lot of times it's like, spider, oh my goodness, I don't want a spider. But you'll see Mama Spider. And if you don't know Mama Spider, then eventually you will. And you'll be like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. I hope you will. So Mama Spider is a farm spider, but she's classy, right? So she has this little hat with a flower. Most people know what I'm talking about that know my book. Okay. And of course, she has like 12 kids. Right? And that's just how it is. So the first book is really unique. The first book is basically her spiders go missing. So what happens is she starts to look for her spiders. And she goes, she finds her kids are missing. She goes looking for her kids, and then she has to ask each one of the farm animals different things. Have you seen my kid? Then it all rhymes. It's all a rhyme thing. Oh, hey Stitch, how you doing? No. Oh no, it's not a Disney thing, but it is a cute story. It's kind of like yours. I mean, it really is. I mean, just hang out and watch. You'll like it. It's about a spider, but she's not an alien. But she is kind of the same color as you. So just, keep on watching. All right. And so originally when I came up with her, I designed her and I wanted her just, fun, but not scary. And if you get my book, if you're local and different things like that, and you're ever in the farmer's market or you follow me on Facebook and you see that I might be somewhere, like at the farmer's market or something like that, definitely bring it down. I'll sign it. I've had, believe it or not, now I've had friends that are now buying them for their grandkids. And it's like, wow, I think that's so neat. I'm just so honored when I hear that, and that a new generation of kids are reading Mama Spider. Now, so the first book, she's looking for her kids, and her kids have all gone missing, and she doesn't know why. So she starts looking for all of her kids. And she asked the dog, and asked the horse, and asked the pig, and asked all these different people, have you seen my kids? And they all haven't seen her. So if she finally ends up talking to the horse in the barn, and the horse in the barn tells her, yeah, he thinks they're in the barn. And then when she goes into the barn, she finds out that they weren't missing. They just were all throwing her a birthday party, a surprise birthday party. So she thought they were missing, but they really weren't. It was just a big birthday party, which I thought was cool. I wanted it to be, and then it's funny. So after you find out they're at the birthday party, then you actually then you count all the things that have happened with her. So like you count the animals and you count the different things, and it's really cool. It's a cool story, and I wanted it to be fun for the kids and fun for mom and dad, right? I mean, to read it and enjoy it. And things of that nature. So I have the first book is Where Mama Spider, and it was like in the beginning. So I was like, okay, how exactly am I doing this? And then the second one was a little more controlled because I knew kind of what I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to do, and I knew that kind of the story that I wanted to tell. So the second one is Mama Spider Goes to the Beach. And that one is similar. So you have Mama Spider and all of her kids, and they go to the beach. Now, when they get to the beach, they're looking for a spot, but the sun is way too hot. So they start asking the different animals if they know of a cool spot. And they all help them out on where they can actually have a nice, cool picnic. And so she talks to the sand crabs, talks to the seals, and they all have, it's all rhyming so that your kids can have fun with you. And, you guys can rhyme. I know a lot of kids' books do that, and I guess I did the same thing. But I wanted it fun for the kids so that the kids would have a good time reading a book with their mom and dad. Now, some of the ratings, it's funny. Some of the ratings are really cool because it's some of the ratings are really cool because it's like some of them are like, yeah, it's my kid's like favorite bedtime story. And I was like, wow. I mean, that's just really cool. Like I said, I'm so honored to be able to do that. That wasn't my main intention. My main intention was to do something that my kids would like, that I could pass on to them. But in the end, I ended up doing some things for a lot of kids, and a lot of kids like it. So, I mean, I definitely like that. Now, in the end, just like I tell you in all the other drawings, you can do kind of what you want to do when you're drawing. Now, Mama Spider, I've been drawing for a long time, so I kind of know how to draw her. It's pretty, not easy, but it kind of is easy. I mean, I've been drawing her for so long. Now, sometimes, like people that will get books and bring them to me to sign, I usually will do a drawing of Mama Spider in the inside of the book. But you would have to find me to do all that. So here is Mama Spider. And like I said, definitely, if you guys want to, you can get the book on Kindle e-reader. And I think I just looked, it's only like $2 for the ebook reader. But for the book itself, it's only $10. But it is highly worth it. Well, at least to me. And hopefully to you. Okay. Now, Mama Spider, originally I was like, how am I going to draw her? What colors am I going to use? So for me, I went with a blue with Mama Spider. And it changes. It's a watercolor in the book. And that I don't do digital. That's all OG watercolor. And I do that in I have all the originals because like I said, I do it in watercolor. So I have all the original drawings. For Mama Spider. Now, I'll be honest with you. It's tough. It's tough with oh, there we go. It's tough with the little ones. I mean, because like I do her babies, and that's tough because there's a lot of them. Yeah. But overall, overall, I love drawing Mama Spider. It's just one of my first really cool characters and something established that I did. And it was like the first time I actually legitimately published something, because um, through Amazon it's actually published. So it's a published book, which is really cool. You know, I like it. And if anyone is ever interested in publishing stuff, like maybe you're a writer and you wrote a book through Amazon, man, it is like so easy. They give you the templates, they give you all the things that you need to do it. So, I mean, if you're waiting to publish something like a book or a magazine or something that you've always dreamt about, oh, definitely go to Amazon and you'll be able to publish it for free. I've sent a lot of people there, people that are like, oh my gosh, I always thought of it, but never, did it. And I was like, dude, just it's never too late. It really is never too late to do the things that you want to do, ever. I think, there's always time. And I'm going to clean all this up. Now, like I said, I've done it in watercolor, so sometimes her colors change a little bit, but not too much. It's usually always the same. It's the light blue. And I wanted to do a light blue and nothing like really crazy, because I didn't, it's a little kid's book. I want them to look at Mama Spider and be like, oh my gosh, that's cool. And not look at Mama Spider and be like, oh my gosh, I'm scared. I didn't want that. So that's why I didn't make it like a Black Widow or anything like that. I really didn't want to do that. But I appreciate all the support that I've gotten from so many nurses at my work, and they bought it for their children, and I just appreciate everyone that's given me support on here. Now, I do have an Amazon merch account that if you have a little one that likes the book, you can actually get a t-shirt with Mama Spider. And that's on Amazon merch. And you can do that. I don't know how to do links and stuff yet, but eventually I will. But I don't know how to do it yet. So please forgive me that I don't hook up links and everything to this to be able to do that. Eventually I will. I'm learning every day. And that's a good thing that you're learning every day. The way I look at it, I'll be honest with you, is as long as you're walking, crawling, stumbling, catapulted, no matter what you're doing in life, as long as you're moving forward. I've said that to people. And as long as you're moving forward, and your next failure, which will be soon, when you're doing art and different things like that, don't look as a failure. Look at it as it's a success. Because where was I yesterday? I'm in a gallery in Laguna with the boneyard. That's the stuff you see on the walls behind you. And I've been in that gallery now, probably almost a year. And it's funny because the gallery owner would say to me, Frank, you're just so positive. And it's not about positivity. I guess it is. It's what's in me and who I believe in. And I have someone higher power looking out for me. But the biggest thing is that as of 10 years ago, 15 years ago, anywhere longer, you would only be able to see my stuff in my garage. Mama Spider was actually the first step forward. Mama Spider was the first step out into the world where I published my things, and it was mainly for my kids. It was mainly so that they can have something that I've done. And not because I'm like I got a big head and I want them to remember me. And it's not about that. It's about, I found out that my grandfather was an artist. And I knew that as a kid. And my uncle gave me some art of his one time. And I was just blown away. I was just blown away. I mean, it was way, way cool. And I always thought of that and thought of, yeah, I want to do the same for my kids. I want to have them to be able to have something and they could look back on what I did and be able to enjoy it. And that's another reason why I picked a children's book, because children's books are timeless. I don't know about timeless, but you know what I mean. In the end, your children's book itself, could have a lot of impact on people, and that's, and in the end, it could have a lot of impact on people that that you want to have impact on, your family, right? Now she's a little lighter blue than normal, but that's fine. And I'll probably do some things that I normally don't do, like shading. I don't do too much shading with Mama Spider. I do sometimes, but sometimes I don't. This one I just feel like I want to. And if you guys ever had any questions that you wanted to ask me, you could email me. And that is at MF3studios at gmail.com. And you could ask me things if you want to, about Mama Spider, about anything you want. Why I'm going over why I created her and everything here, so you guys would have an idea of what it is all about. All right. Now she has a yellow hat. Now, I didn't really think of too much on the colors on why I did things I did for Mama Spider, meaning the fact that why I picked yellow for her hat. I just went with it, and that's the color I came up with. And it kind of works. It stands out. Mama Spider has a red flower. And in the end, I'm using kind of watercolors and a digital aspect of it because I want to keep the same feel. All right. I won't do all of her kids because that will take a long time. I'm going to have to fix some stuff here. I have a lot of these pencil lines that are underneath the color, so I could definitely do that. And it's funny because I don't know of many spider books out there, but with this one, Like I said, I took a lot of time, and it was kind of crazy for me because I had never done anything like this, like a children's book, and I did it all on my own. Um, I didn't ask for any help. I figured it all out on my own. Wanted to do this for my kids, and went and did it. And like I said, I think in the end, if you really want to do something, and you really want to do it, nothing's stopping you. Don't let anything stop you. Like I tell people, because they go, wow, don't you get like upset if you fail? And like I said, I'll be honest with you. You know, failures are free. Disney got turned down, I don't even know how many times. For Disneyland and all the dreams that he had. Dreams are hard work. That's why they're dreams. You gotta hustle. You gotta keep up on it. You gotta not give up. And no matter what anyone says, you just keep on doing you. Whatever it takes. I'm sure not whatever it takes. I mean, I don't want to rob a bank or something like that, but you know what I mean. And there'll be people that might not support you. There'll be people that might, be negative. And you just got to go with that. Because there's always going to be people that are negative. And I think sometimes it's even been us in the past to other people that have had ideas. And we don't really see. We see it as advice. We see it as, oh my gosh, I don't think he should do that. I don't think he should build that pool in the backyard and make that turtle pond because it's just not going to work out. I mean, there's times that I think that we give advice because we think that it might be a bad idea, and then we're the negative people. And I think we always got to watch that. At least I try to remind myself of that. And like I said, I thank every nurse at my job that has bought Mama Spider and read it to their kids, and the new ones that are finding out about my book and reading it to their new kids. I love all you guys, and I thank you so much for supporting me, because without you guys, really Mama Spider wouldn't exist. She would just be just an idea that I had just sitting there waiting for a chance to shine. All right. Well, hello, Mama Spider. Now it's funny on especially on my books, you can see how I do these lines and these little accents that have passed on to different things, like the Boneyard. I do a lot of the same type of accents and things like that just because I like it. I like the way it comes out. I like the way it looks. Well, I hope that you guys have enjoyed and liked my Mama Spider drawing. I'm not done yet, but like I said, I appreciate everybody. And most of the time, like I tell everyone, I don't do tutorials. But if your kids want to sit down and copy what I just did, go for it. I think would love it. I would love people to be drawing Mama Spider. And she would love it too. And I think she would. And like I said, I thank everybody that supported me in the Mama Spider venture. Patrick, you know who you are. You have been supportive to me and my family for years, dude. And I never forget that. I always appreciate you guys. And it's funny, the person I'm talking about knows who he is. But I used to make custom piñatas. Yeah. And his family was one of the ones that would um, constantly come across and really support me. It was just amazing, utterly amazing. They were great. I had to get out of the piñata business though. It was it was kind of tough. I didn't want to. A lot of people loved it. A lot of people loved the piñatas I did, and they were good. I did Spider-Man. I did all sorts of different ones. My Spider-Mans I liked the most. Those were cool. Spider-Man, you name it. I did unicorns. I did Mickey Mouse. I did all sorts of different characters. And how I got into piñatas is I was just tired of you buying a piñata and you're in there with 13 kids deep, and they want to hit a piñata. The first kid gets up there and whacks the head off, and the whole piñata comes, down. I was just like kind of done with that. So I made all my piñatas that you can have anywhere from 12-year-olds to 10-year-olds hit this thing, and it wasn't going to break. And they held up to the point where lots of times what I heard was that they were too strong. That lots of times the parents had to break them open, which is kind of crazy. But hey, that's the way it was. But then again, I think anyone that has stood by my side and helped me with Mama Spider and supporting me and all that, I so appreciate it. And like I say, it's time to sign. All right. Thank you, everybody. And I totally appreciate it. Like I said, you can go out and buy Mama Spider and support me. And if you want, I could always, like I said, sign for it sometime if I see you. And I appreciate it. Well, thank you. I hope you enjoyed this about Mama Spider. You definitely, like I said, go out and get the books. They're not that expensive. And, if you see me or I'm somewhere that you could see me, oh, look, he's moved. See how he moved? See, he's like a ninja. He's like a snoring, sleeping ninja. Now he's totally in a different spot. But anyway, definitely go out and get the book and have it for your kids. It's a great book, and I think I'm pressuring to make a third. So we definitely will see how that goes. Well, I appreciate all you. Love you. Have a good night.